Hey guys and girls, it's Nathan Birch here from B.Invested.com.au, and today I'm answering questions coming in from Facebook. And I've got a question here from David, and it's a long-winded one because there's a few parts to the question. What do you do after you have 20 bread and butter properties? Blocks of units, question mark. Also, which state do you look at after Queensland has become too expensive to buy into? What is your best advice for someone who wants to buy an investment property but does not own an investment property themselves? Okay. Breaking into the first part of it, what do you do after you have 20 bread and butter properties? Let's assume that you're buying, this is how I buy my properties and build my property portfolios. Once again, I look at each batch of properties that I buy and go, here's another little foundation property portfolio of mine. Here's another little foundation property. That's how I look at it still to this day. I do have weird stuff in there, blocks of units, shopping centres, motels, whatever. But I do look at the fact of my main focus is still that same sort of property range that I was looking at when I first started building my portfolio. So if you've got 20 properties that you bought for 200 grand and they go from 200 grand to 300 grand, so you've got 20 times 200, that's 4 million, times 20 times 300, that's 600 grand, that's 6 million. You've got $4 million turning into $6 million, you've got $2 million worth of equity that you can tap into. You can either leave it there and wait till it go up more and wait for the rentals to increase and for it to become highly positive cash flow, which is a bit of a slower sort of process. Or you can sit there and pull out some equity, use that equity potentially to go and buy a block of units potentially, or maybe use the equity to buy a property, renovate it and sell it and make some profit and pay down your debt. They're all different options. I'm not a financial advisor to be able to give you that advice. However, it's important to have the right team around you that understand property investing and be able to guide you in that course of action. For me personally, I have gone through different stages where I bought old properties, renovated them, sold them off. I've developed stuff, I've built stuff, I've renovated stuff, I've bought blocks of units, all those sorts of things come into play. Which state to look at as Queensland becomes more expensive? The answer to that question is I don't know at this point. There will be glitches in the market, and it's important that I've always got my fingers on the pulse, so as soon as I find out where I think that we should be at to the next step in the environment to be investing, I'll surely be putting it out there to the public on video as to where I'm buying and what I'm doing. The reason why I say that is that there's still a lot of opportunity there in Queensland. Sydney may stay stagnant, rentals might double. It's happened beforehand. I remember when I first started investing, rents were $200 a week, now they're $400 per week. If the rental figures double in Sydney, that makes Sydney properties very good investments again, but that's going to take some while. So need to keep posted on that one. And what's your best advice for someone who wants to buy an investment property but does not own property themselves? Good question. Buy an investment property. I don't know if you mean relating to the fact of getting that deposit saved. So saving a deposit, buying an investment property. But before buying an investment property, it's important to understand why you're buying it, understand how that investment property is going to be a part of your journey. So I'd be suggesting to get some goals, make sure that what you're going to buy is going to be in line with those goals, and then start taking action. Before you buy anything, make sure that you know what you need to get, know where you're at, and buy in line with that. Thanks for the questions, keep them coming through. Facebook.com/beinvested.com.au.